Hey everyone, welcome back to the Smackdown Sum-up. So this is the weekly series that I do after every episode of Smackdown on Friday nights, where we go through everything, all the important key moments that happened on Smackdown, and I give it my rating as a show on how I thought it was. So, let's get straight into it. First of all, the lighting's changed a little bit, so it's a lot more darker yellow. Can only apologise. Second of all, audio should still be good, hopefully. Third of all, I look like this, mainly because obviously it's 3 AM and I've had a busy day. And despite me having a busy day, it didn't end up stopping me from watching Friday Night Smackdown, despite my tiredness. So ignore how I look. If I sound quiet, if I sound a little bit, if I look like this, which I believe I do, especially the hair. But bear with, just a one-time thing. So, let's get straight into the events of Friday Night Smackdown. So, straight off the bat, we started with Kingdom. Cody Rhodes' theme hit, and we knew exactly what was coming. The Woe, which I would give a really good little shout out to the crowd again. 2 important Raws and Smackdowns after SummerSlam in a row, where the crowd has been phenomenal. But yeah, other than that, we have Cody Rhodes walking out. He comes to the ring. He tries to talk about... he does his little thing, cuts a little promo, and just before he announces who he wants to call out for a fight at Bash in Berlin, out comes Solo Sikoa to demand a rematch, but Cody Rhodes is having none of it. This doesn't please Solo, so the new bloodline, minus Jacob Fatu, that injury was real, and he seems to not be at this show. So, in comes Tangaloa and Tamatonga, who go to beat up Cody Rhodes with Solo Sikoa, but then the equalizer, the prize fighter, comes in with 2 steel chairs. KO, Kevin Owens, comes in to help the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes one more time. After scaring off the bloodline, who say that they're going to go and hunt down Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, his music hits and it's all happy, normal Cody Rhodes segment. But then he cuts the music, and then he calls Kevin Owens into the middle of the ring, where he decides that he wants Kevin Owens to have a title shot at Bash in Berlin. He sees that Randy Orton's gone again to go and get Gunther, and he knows that he wants someone who he believes deserves it in Kevin Owens. And for the rest of the show, Kevin Owens is trying to convince everyone that he doesn't deserve it. His win-loss record, what he's been doing, but the fans want it, Cody Rhodes wants it, you want it, I want it. A nice little feud, a match that's going to bang, where 2 mates battle it out for the most important title in the WWE. I think it's a good little filler feud, just like AJ Styles, which might be the best match. Backlash and Clash at the Castle could be the best matches of the year, so no one's complaining. But yeah, Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes is confirmed at Bash in Berlin, and that is what we wanted to see. A strong start to the episode. So throughout the night we had 2 very important tag team matches for the number 1 contendership to go against each other then in the next week, and then who will go to be the number 1 contenders for the Bloodlines titles, tag team titles, which they won from DIY. Speaking of DIY, later in the show they beat Pretty Deadly so that they can go through to fight the Street Profits, where they will be facing Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford for the number 1 contendership against the Bloodline for these tag titles, which the DIY lost. Also, throughout the night, we also had one segment where we had Tiffany Stratton planning a very big, extravagant party for your Queen of the Ring and your new Women's Universal Champion, Nia Jax. We also have Piper Niven and Chelsea Green come in during this segment, and a little war of words happens between Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton, where Tiffany Stratton ends it with her classic toodles after they both disrespect each other, and they both leave part ways. I think this is a good little way to plant the seeds for a feud, despite them both being heels. I want this feud. These 2 are just perfect for each other right now, and that is what we need to see. Another big important thing that happened tonight was LA Knight's celebration after becoming your United States champion, winning his first piece of gold in the WWE, where he came to the ring, he talked to everyone, he started cutting a normal LA Knight promo, yeah, and then Santos Escobar's music hits, comes in. He comes in with the rest of Legado del Fantasma, and he cuts a pretty good promo where he starts this entertaining thing where he goes, Escobar, sí. Before anything could heat up too much between Santos Escobar and LA Knight, yeah, we see Andrade's music hit. We already know that these 2 are going to have a match for the number 1 contendership. Now, this match was phenomenal. Like, as far as a weekly Smackdown, a weekly Raw match goes, this is as good as it gets, honestly. A non-PLE match, genuinely doesn't get better than this. It was such a good match, good moves, good surprises, good little things. The face of the match lost in a way that protected them. Santos Escobar got his one over Andrade because of the help from a previous rivalry that was going on with Andrade, Carmelo Hayes. Good way to keep him in there and keep that rivalry going, keep it fresh, keep it going up. And yeah, all round very good. Now, SmackDown is only a 3-hour show, and I know I've only talked about a couple of things. I know that we also need to talk about a few more things. However, I just want to point out, if I forget anything, I can only apologise. If I forget a backstage segment, a small little, anything small here and there, or if I forget something big, you have to forgive me. It is late. It is still just happened, so I haven't had time to rewatch it or refresh, but I've recorded these videos straight after just so I can give you my raw feelings, opinions, and views on everything that happened. And yeah, while I'm tired, I might forget something that was more forgettable. But let me know if I do, and I will address it where I can. Very early on in the SmackDown, we had Jade Cargill come out with Bianca Belair to face Alba Fire, who partnered with Isla Dawn, the current women's tag team champions. They faced each other after last week's title match was interrupted by Blair Davenport, allowing the Unholy Union to pick up the victory. They faced each other, and it was a bit of a squash match. It was only a couple minutes long, and Jade just, again, looked powerful and demolished Alba Fire. And then the more important stuff happened after the bell rung, after the match ended, where then Blair Davenport got involved. And the big news about it all is, after Blair Davenport got involved and they were beating down Bianca and Jade, out came Naomi. The big three from WrestleMania has returned. They seem to have all aligned again and be the big three, so this will be interesting. I wonder if we're going to get like a six-woman tag match, something like that. But yeah, very good. I think I've covered everything except for the main event, and if I haven't, I'm sorry. Right, main event time. Tama Tonga comes up to Solo Sikoa and says they've been looking all night for Roman Reigns, but they cannot find him. Solo Sikoa says, don't worry, he'll come out. His music hits, the Bloodline 2.0, walks into the ring, stands in the middle of it, and then says, Roman, if you want this back, holding the Ulafala, which symbolises who the tribal chief is, he says, if you want this back, come and get it. A little bit of a pause, a little bit of a look around the stadium. Then the new tribal chief, the original tribal chief's music hits, the OTC, the music hits, everyone goes crazy. Roman Reigns comes out, walks slowly, the aura is oozing around the stadium, the hype is real. Then Tama Tonga Tongaloa gets sent out to try and stop him before he gets in the ring. Roman demolishes them like they're flies, and he's got a bug zapper. It was absolutely fantastic. Then he gets in the ring, goes to destroy Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa is down just before he can get hit with a spear, gets dragged out, and then as Solo Sikoa is waiting at the end of the ramp, trying to goad Roman Reigns to come after Solo Sikoa, chase him to the backstage. Roman Reigns doesn't bite, he just stands there and demolishes what's left of the Bloodline right in front of Solo Sikoa's eyes. Tonga lower, hitting him with a chair. Tama Tonga through the barricade. Just a fantastic little show of strength. Reminds us who the original tribal chief is, what business he means. He doesn't play. Now, one critique that I do have. I do wish we got like a bit of a talking segment, maybe, if nothing else, like a bit of a, I don't know, just something, like a promo, just something on the mic so that we could hear Roman Reigns. I thought there was a good opportunity for another return, maybe Jimmy or Paul Heyman or Jay could have gotten involved, Sammy, anyone, because there was a moment where the Bloodline did overpower Roman Reigns, where they were both kicking him while he was down, but obviously Roman Reigns is Roman Reigns. He got up and dealt with it on his own. But yeah, overall, fantastic segment. The aura, even if they could have done more with it, the aura of it just kept me just watching the screen. Just honestly fantastic. Great little segment. That ended a very, very good SmackDown. Now, the main attraction was Roman Reigns, and I know he only got like 14 minutes to do anything, but I think that's besides the point, because the fact that he was going to return made the SmackDown the whole time hype, and it made it go at a good pace, because we were, anticipating the main event much more than when it just goes like that, because we're bored and no one really cared, as in recent memory SmackDown hasn't been the best, but this one was way better. The matches, like they have been, was still fire. The tag team division was the main focus. We gave some people their flowers. It was important. I thought it was very good. And yeah, all round, the needle moved. Everything was important that happened. There wasn't anything, you know, that was just there for the sake of it. And that's important. We furthered the Andrade Carmelo Hayes feud. We furthered the story between Unholy Union and the Big Three now. We pushed, obviously, the Bloodline stuff. Cody Rhodes has his new, well, we've got our new main event, or not main event, we've got our new, you know, Universal Championship feud, which is very important. And yeah, all's well, that ends well so far, for this episode of Smackdown. Quick video, let me know if I missed anything, but yes, let me know in the comments your thoughts if you watched this Smackdown, if you're going to watch this Smackdown, or if you thought this review was enough to get the overall picture. Now, I need to apologise. The Raw Roundup didn't ever come. I'm meant to be doing a Raw video every week and a Smackdown video every week. I recorded one of the biggest Raws of the entire year, Raw after SummerSlam, and it was so good and I had so much to say, and it was a very long video compared to this one. The footage corrupted, and now, obviously, we're here at SmackDown. I couldn't put together a video after, obviously, I tend to keep these, you know, for purposes of the video, I keep them, my personal views, straight after the fact. I've just put down the remote, I've just turned off the screen, it's just ended, and then I come onto this video to give you my thoughts, unedited and raw. But with the footage corrupting, and with how I couldn't recover enough of it, I just didn't think there was any point in re-recording pieces, because you would have been able to tell it was daylight and I was wearing something different. So I thought it would be not authentic and not worth anyone else's time, let alone mine, which would have been such a pain to put together. But yeah, I can only apologise about that. It was a great video, you're going to have to take my word for it, but hopefully the next biggest Raw, which is, to be fair, every Raw so far has been fantastic, and everything that happens now with, you know, the Judgment Day finally, you know, unveiling their new members and the new Judgment Day as a whole, I think that's going to be very big, and everything that's going to happen next Monday will also be big. So hopefully that episode of the Raw Roundup will be just as good, so I can at least feel better about losing such an important episode. But yes, we've still got the Smackdown Sum-up, and that's more than you could ask for, because it's the big one. Roman Reigns' return, the main event of SummerSlam was this return from Roman Reigns, so at least I've got this video out there. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know if I forgot anything once more, and let me know how helpful this was, and if you enjoyed this episode, and if you're enjoying this series as it's been going along. Some football videos will be coming your way very soon, as the Premier League's about to start up again, which will be very exciting for me and for anyone who likes football. And if you're just a WWE fan and you only like these kind of videos that I do, don't worry, you've only got to wait a couple of days before the Raw Roundup is right here on your screens. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching the Smackdown Sum-up. I'll see you next time.